poppin'? It's Flow the Great, man. It's another episode of the Barcafe. I mean, who I got with me today, man?
You got your boy Kayred, BK from Brooklyn, New York. Bushwick, what's happening?
Brooklyn in the building, heavy. So, I mean, how did you grow up in Brooklyn, man? Tell us what little Kayred was doing.
When I was growing up in Brooklyn, I'm from the projects over there, Bushwick projects. When I was growing up at the time, we didn't have no camera, so it was really rough. Like shootouts all the time, people getting stabbed and things like that. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to play outside as much as I like to. I was growing up as a kid because Brooklyn was just one of those boroughs that was just off the chart at the time.
So I don't want to get him like an exact age, but like mid 80s, late 80s, what?
Late. When I grew up in Brooklyn,
yeah.
Like late 90s to early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of the golden era, man. Kind of the golden era.
Yeah.
Word.
They didn't have no cameras out at that time.
That's a fact. So, what got you into music?
My mom's got me into music, to be honest with you. She told me how to she told me first she started with the Dr. Seuss books, the Green Eggs and Ham, and then Cat and Hat, and then that opened my ears. Well, for real, opened my ears to hear everything else because couldn't get it.
All right. So, who was some of the artists that you was listening to?
Oh, my biggest artist was listening to was 50 Cent, Cassidy, Pun, Nas, DMX, Jay-Z. The list goes to Tupac, like Joel Santana, like
Dipset.
Yeah, Kim, all of them, yeah. The Locks.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, who in your top five?
My top five is 50. Because I felt like me and him relatable.
Big Queens, baby.
Yeah, Big Queens. Shout out to Queens. 50, Biggie, both Brooklyn, of course, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And then we also got Pun. I love his lyrical ability. I know a lot of people don't like Cassidy, but I love his punchlines. And then my five always, I don't know who I'm for right now.
It always changes.
Yeah, it always changes. I'm listening to
At least
Fabio.
one or two of them change. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I listen to Fabio right now. He's my number 5.
Okay. All right, so what do you think separates you from other artists?
Well, I feel like with my music, I'm trying to bring something different. Basically, how I'm trying to bring the whole package back. How kind of an artist is everybody like on the drill scene.
Yeah.
Like they like, oh, spin the block on the ops. And every record is like spin the block on the ops. And I'm trying to give you different things. Yeah, we could do drill songs, but then let's also do love songs. Let's get some R&B type up there. Let's even do crossovers with Run DMC and them Walk This Way, and Jay-Z did the Meet Me at the. Let's crossover
really
music.
Touch those or try to remake those either. So that'd be a valid idea to do. So if you could change anything about the rap scene right now, what would it be and why?
I would change the fact that it's a popularity contest. They're giving a lot of popular artists the spotlight instead of artists that's good. Like a lot of people don't like, at the time, people didn't like J. Cole because they say he boring, he this, he that, but he had lyrical ability, storytelling, his hooks, everything was on point. He just wasn't popping. Like now he is, but at the time, so that's what I would change because I feel like a lot of artists that's popping, they popular. People only listen to them because they popular. And then you got to be honest with yourself. If Sexy Red put out a record and one of us put out a record, people going to listen to Sexy Red. It doesn't matter how better our record is. Yeah. No matter what we say, they're just going to listen to her and dominate. It's always going to be better 10 times over. So I would change that.
Okay, yeah. So what are 2 things you would keep?
2 things I would keep. I love I kind of love-hate for the streaming service because I feel like it gave a lot of people, artists like me, platform, but then also it saturated the business too because everybody's doing it. Everybody got a podcast, everybody rapper, singer, dancer, ball player, but so it kind of like oversaturated everything. But I guess the 2 things I would keep, I guess I would keep the streaming, like even though everybody is oversaturated because back then you had to smack DVDs and the dub zero. It was hard for artists to really get on. And the RP to Q right now from WorldStar was also even hard to get on that. Now it's a lot more easier for everybody to get on and do their thing and things like that. So we got rid of the CDs. And another thing I probably might keep, the fact that that we don't really mess with labels like that no more.
Yeah.
I was probably I
You
was
really do your own thing.
yeah.
right
So
now.
like we ain't got nobody telling us, oh, this record not good, throw it out the window. Because I watched them do that. Whoa, I watched them do that with Lupe. They say, oh, that's trash. They do it out and then bring the same record they do out back in, and then it blew out. I say,
Yeah, and Lupe was nice, man.
Lupe
for real.
nasty,
Well,
yo,
he
look.
not was nice. He's still nice.
he's
I ain't gonna
nasty,
say.
yo. You heard what he did to Royce? Yo, Royce, my dude,
Royce
too.
is nice. Royce is nice too. Like, it's a lot of spitters out here that don't get the light that they should.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so, what would you say is the biggest difference from hip hop now and back in the day?
Back then, well, basically,
Like the era of hip hop that you grew up on, and what's going on now.
well, I feel like, well, now, like, there's a lot of I ain't gonna hold you. There's a lot of silly stuff on the radio. There's a lot of silly stuff. And back then, you had to have talent. Like, you just couldn't. You couldn't say my
up a
booty
mic.
hole brown, like, and then people was going, right, you know, and people was going, oh my God, you couldn't do that back then.
That's a
you
fact.
did that, they would boo you. Like, now you could just say, anything. Like, there's so many artists I hear, the same cadence, same flow, saying you couldn't do that back then. Like, M sounded different from 50, J sounded different from Nas.
That's a fact.
You know, Bone Thugs and Harmony sounded different from Tupac. Like, it's crazy now. Like, everybody just, I don't know. It's just.
All right, so what is some advice you would give a younger you,
Advice that I
or
would give.
a younger artist trying to come up right now?
I tell people, yo, look, a younger me, I'll tell them right now, right? What you should do to learn from my mistakes is don't be in the streets. Don't play around. I got stabbed up, got arrested 52 times. I went to jail. And all that time, 7 years went by before I remember you asked me, you said, how long you been doing? Been doing it for a while, but I got caught up in the streets.
Yeah.
And then what happened when you get caught up in the streets, you go through cases, back and forth to court, and your mind don't be there for the music. It be everywhere else, and then you waste time. So like my advice for people is that if you're gonna do this music, stay on it. Like, stay on it. Don't go spinning the block on the ops. Don't go to drills. Don't be shooting the block up. Don't be doing none of that, because what's happening when you get locked up, you gotta go to court. You gotta get lawyers, lawyer fees, and all that. And if you go to jail, look what happened to Bobby Smurda. He missed all that time, that 7 years. He got out, people forgot about him. And that's what will happen. So that's my advice, is if you're gonna do this, focus on it.
All right, so man, what projects you got out now? Let everybody know.
All right, what I got out right now, I got Let's Talk out right now. I got Hoppin' out right now. You know, shout out to my boy L out there in St. Louis. Mystic Al Records and Promotion. That's my team out there. They doing their thing out there. We supposed to be out there going on tour soon. Hopefully we get that situated. Also, I'm supposed to be on Hot 97 with DJ Seuss 1 next week. So hopefully we get that locked in and shit. So you're gonna see a lot of me, a lot more.
Hold on, Let's Talk, right? I listened to that. What inspired that right there?
The Yin Yang Twins. Like
Yin Yang?
yeah, like the nigga song.
Yo.
And I was like, you know what? I actually like how they. And then I was like, yo, they were like, yeah. And they were like, hold on, wait. He was like, what he say? He said, you don't want to then, why you want to waste a nigga song? Then let's talk more head right now. Actually lays up how you been about. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how I got inspired from that by listening to them.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. So, you gave everybody your Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Where to get your music.
Oh yeah, you can get my music. You on Instagram, your boy Kayred BK2. Make sure you don't forget the 2, because then they'll give you somebody else. Tap into that. That's how you follow me. And my music is on all platforms. Once you take a look, you go I also go by Drickster. You know, you can also catch that in on Spotify. Apple Music is on all streaming on all platforms.
I bet, man. So I appreciate you for coming through.
I appreciate it. Oh, well, before we go, I want to say one more thing to the camera. Yo, shout out to them, because they doing their thing.
That.
Because y'all don't know how hard it is. Actually, how much money you're spending to making these podcasts and all that, and then you run into different customers and people with attitude problems. This is just as hard as doing music. Do not get that twisted. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Barcafe. I appreciate it for having me.
All right, so I know you got some bars for me.
Yeah, I got some bars. Yeah, yo. The boy K. Listen. Yo, look, we gonna do it like, yo, look. Yo, rumors getting spread like Ruger's getting sprayed on the street. So you know I stay in some beef. Now I ain't into telling stories like OG, K-Ho Heat. I roll deep, the kids still gotta eat. I make it hot, you better find out what's best for you. I make it hot, leave your brains on the seat next to you. Yo, beggars can't be choosy, so I stay looting. I leave your body more banged up than the Sean Bell shooting. Listen, we could bring the burners out. The last time we had the hammers out, the news reporters had to bring them cameras out. I don't peace talk, I ain't the type talk it out. Get shot, you better man up like the country boys and walk it out. I was always told that failure is not an option. You catch me in your hood from your medallion, I get it poppin'. Are you mad because I tried to blast you up? Are you mad cause your boys, they ain't back you up? You run around acting hard, but who the hell is you after? I trashed him on Acura, then give it back to her. You talking about your busting guns or do somebody? Only he was put to somebody's head with a blow dryer. I'm the drop top shit, call me the Grand Reaper. I call my gun the body snatcher. Born low, my non-speak vocabulary. Cause every time that shit talk, it put a nigga in the cemetery. Let's go, something light.